Errors. To know about error, we have to first define certain quantities like true value, accuracy of a measurement, and precision. What is true value? The accepted value of a physical quantity is called true value. We will discuss later how you can find out the true value of a physical quantity. Accuracy of a measurement means how close a measured value is to its true value. Precision. Precision tells us to what limit or to what resolution the quantity is measured. For example, suppose the true value of a certain length is 3.678 centimeter. You measure this length, any length, suppose by two instruments. Suppose in instrument 1 the resolution is 0.1 centimeter. That means suppose it is a scale, meter scale, and the measured value is equal to 3.5 centimeter. And in another instrument suppose like a slide caliper, the resolution is 0.01 centimeter, and in instrument 2 suppose the measured value is 3.38 centimeter. So if you compare these two measurements, the first measurement has more accuracy because it is closer to the true value, because the true value is 3.678 centimeter. So the measurement in the first instrument is very closer to this true value as compared to the measurement done by the second instrument. So the first measurement has more accuracy because it is closer to the true value but less precision because its resolution is 0.1. In case of the instrument 1, the resolution is 0.1, but in case of instrument 2, the resolution is 0.01. So here resolution is better, but accuracy here in this instrument is better. So in first instrument, the accuracy is more, resolution is less, and the second measurement, the accuracy is less, but it is more precision or more precise. Then let us discuss what is error. The result of every measurement contains some uncertainty. The uncertainty in measurement is called error. The errors in measurement can be broadly classified into two types. Number 1 is your systematic error. Number 2 is the random error. First, let us discuss what is systematic error. The error that arises due to the system fault are called systematic errors. There are three types of systematic errors. Number 1, instrumental errors. Number 2, imperfection in experimental technique or experimental procedure. And number 3, personal errors. What is instrumental error? Instrumental errors arises due to imperfection design of the measuring instrument. For example, in a vernier caliper, the zero mark of a vernier scale may not coincide with the zero mark of the main scale, and it is called zero error, which is a instrumental error. Then what is imperfection in experimental technique or procedure? Error may arise due to imperfection in experimental technique. For example, if you measure body temperature using a mercury thermometer in two places in your body, first you measure the temperature in mouth and then you measure the temperature in armpit, then you will observe two different temperatures. So these are the errors or imperfections due to experimental technique or experimental procedure. Then what is personal errors? Personal errors arises due to lack of proper setting of apparatus. Number 2, individual's carelessness. And number 3, individual's bias or individual influence. For example, if you hold your head too far to right or too far to left in any measurement, you will introduce an error due to parallax. Then what is random errors? The errors which occur irregularly due to random fluctuations in the experimental conditions like temperature, voltage supply, mechanical vibrations, etc. are called random error. Random error may also appear due to personal error by the observer. In random error, we get different readings every time. What is least count? The smallest value that can be measured by the measuring instrument is called least count. For example, least count of a meter scale 0.1 centimeter, least count of vernier caliper or slide caliper is 0.01 centimeter, least count of screw gauge may have value 0.001 centimeter. So sometimes we get least count error. The least count error is the error associated with the limit of the instrument or resolution of the instrument. For example, if you measure any measurement is done by meter scale, then you can measure up to 0.1. Resolution is 0.1. But if the same measurement is done by vernier caliper, the resolution is 0.01. So the error in case of meter scale is more as compared to the error in vernier caliper. So least count error is the error associated with the limit of the instrument or resolution of the instrument. That is, if we measure a length by means of meter scale and vernier caliper, then we find more error in meter scale. Now let us discuss example 2.6 to know what is precision and what is zero error. Example 2.6. Two clocks are being tested against a standard clock located in a national laboratory. At 12 noon by the standard clock, the readings of the two clocks are given in this table. So these are the readings in clock 1 and these are the readings in clock 2 in different days, Monday, Tuesday, like this. If you are doing an experiment that requires precision time interval measurements, which of the two clocks will you prefer? If you look to these time variations, then the highest time variation in clock 1 is your 12 hour 1 minute 50 second, and the lowest time variation in clock 1 is your 11:59:08 second. So the range of time variation in clock 1 will be equal to, here it is 110 second and here 52 second. So the range of time variation in clock 1 is 162 second. In clock 2, if you see the time variation in clock 2, the highest time variation in clock 2 is your 10 hour 15 minutes 24 second, and the lowest time variation in clock 2 is 10 hour 14 minute 53 second. So the range of time variation in clock 2 is, here you have 24 second and here you have 7 second. So the time variation is 31 second. So comparing the time variation in the two clocks, you can conclude that for precision time interval measurement, clock 2 will be preferred, because in clock 2 the range of time interval is small, because in clock 2 the range of time interval is 31 seconds. So you should prefer the clock 2 for precision time interval measurement. But for zero error, you see, for zero error, the precision work for zero error is not significant. But we should not consider the zero error because it is a precision work. That means you can consider 10 hour as 12 hour. You can consider this as the 10 as the reference point. Then you calculate the time precision in different days. So here zero error is not a significant one. For precision of time, the time variation is important. So clock 2 is preferred for precision time measurement. So in this video we have discussed about different types of errors. In the next video we will discuss about relative error, absolute error and percentage error. Absolute error, relative error and percentage error. Thank you.